Hello and welcome to a new product review on SCHULZ INSIGHT. Today it's about distilling again. More precisely about the production of the wash for whiskey distillation. With the development of the SCHULZ malting system and the Brewers Still, we at KASPAR SCHULZ became the only system supplier for brewing, malting and distilling worldwide. Our competence in copper processing and our know-how due to the distillation plants manufactured until the 50s led to the logical step to include distilleries, especially in the whiskey sector, in our portfolio again. Before we take a closer look at our SCHULZ Whisky brewhouse, I would first like to discuss the basic process of whiskey production. The beginning of the process is generally identical to the brewing process. Milled malt is mashed in, which creates malt sugar. After mashing, lautering takes place. So far, identical to the brewing process. In whiskey production, however, the wort is then cooled directly, pumped into a fermentation tank and started with yeast. Alcohol is produced from the malt sugar. The focus of fermentation here is primarily on the formation of alcohol. Once fermentation is complete, the distillation process begins. First, a so-called raw distillation is carried out in the first distillation process. This process is then repeated, often in a second still. This produces the so-called fine spirit. The distillate is finally bottled in wooden barrels, preferably oak, matures into whiskey and takes on its typical color. As mentioned in the beginning, this is only the rudimentary process. The entire production process is, of course, far more complex. Let's have a more detailed look at the production of the wash. With our specially developed whiskey brewhouse, it is possible to produce high-quality whiskey wort with a high original gravity, especially for companies that exclusively produce whiskey or other distillates. A 2G or 3G brewhouse, as in beer brewing, is not required. This results in cost and space savings. In addition, the number of brews is increased as the system is only required to produce the wash and does not have to provide the technical processes for beer production. Let's move on to the build-up of the whiskey brewhouse. The vessel is a classic combination of mash tun and lauter tun. The complete system is delivered pre-assembled on a frame. The piping, pumps, valves and wiring are pre-installed, which allows a quick startup. The capacity is optional from 10 to 25 hectoliters per batch. The lauter tun is equipped with heating zones. These enable the user to run fully automated mashing programs. The lautering runs through a buffer tank and wort cooler directly into the fermentation tank. Our integrated SCHULZ lauter management system takes over the chipper control, which enables fast and efficient lautering. At the end of the lautering process, the buffer tank receives the second wort, the so-called weak wort. This is fed back into the next brew for better extract yield via a special piping system of the integrated OptiMesher. The system can be completely automated. From the malt composition to the milling, mashing in and lautering, yeast pitching and cleaning. Even for spent grains removal, no manual intervention is required thanks to a spent grains pump and the SCHULZ spent grain blade. Of course, we have also thought about the sustainability of the system. On the one hand, the usual high-quality workmanship guarantees a long durability. On the other hand, the system is highly efficient in terms of energy. The system is heated by hot water technology with low flow temperatures of a maximum of 100 degrees Celsius. The hot water obtained during wort cooling is stored in an insulated tank and reused for the next brew. This effectively saves energy costs compared to steam heating. In contrast to hot water infusion, hot water heating also eliminates the need for separate thermal water treatment. Likewise, the precise temperature step programs allow enzymes such as alpha or beta amylases to act more effectively. This results in a higher sugar yield. Mine D'or Distillerie in France has recently been successfully using our whiskey brewhouse for wash production.
Alors nous ici à la distillerie de la Mine d'Or, on va faire principalement du whisky, donc Galade, qui est un whisky single malt, et également une autre gamme de spiritueux, donc la gamme Speakeasy, avec notamment deux marques de gin, du rhum blanc, du rhum ambré et une menthe poivrée. Alors nous ici effectivement, oui, cette idée de whisky, elle a germé dans l'esprit de Stéphane Cardaudet, un petit peu plus à la façon japonaise de faire du whisky que l'écossaise, et donc c'est-à-dire en fait d'intégrer de l'importance vraiment à chaque étape de la production, donc de la sélection de l'orge au brassage, la distillation ensuite, et prendre le temps avec du vieillissement. Et je dirais ce qui caractérise notre distillerie aujourd'hui, c'est alors j'aime pas trop parler de vieillissement, je préfère plutôt parler de maturation. Donc avec ici du chêne français et une maturation donc en assemblage avec tout un panel de chêne français à disposition. Alors actuellement donc on brasse 5 jours sur 7, donc on fait 3 brassins par jour, 2 à 3 brassins par jour actuellement, ce qui représente 7500 litres de bière à la journée. Et avec la station de brassage, on peut monter jusqu'à 5 brassins par jour. Alors aujourd'hui, l'avantage de cette technologie, donc d'une part, c'est de la reproductibilité au niveau des recettes. Donc on essaie de stabiliser au maximum le profil aromatique des eaux de vie. Et donc l'idée, c'est d'avoir toujours la même bière. C'est aussi un gain de temps, d'énergie et de rendement. La deuxième chose très importante, je dirais, c'est aussi du confort pour l'opérateur. Parce qu'aujourd'hui, il y a des étapes manuelles dans le brassage qui sont physiques. Et là, aujourd'hui, le système SCHULZ permet de remplacer ces tâches-là. Alors aujourd'hui, le whisky a reçu un bon accueil. Donc nous, c'est ce qui compte pour nous, hein, c'est que le produit soit bien accueilli, de prendre du plaisir à le faire, du contact qu'on a vu avec KASPAR SCHULZ. Je rappelle que c'est une aventure qui a démarré il y a quand même quelques années, avec une réactivité au niveau de l'installation, une certaine flexibilité pour installer dans les meilleurs délais une distillerie qui n'existait pas il y a à peine un an. Donc en moins d'un an, réussir à métamorphoser un site en distillerie fonctionnelle.
And this is where we become full circle as reliable system provider in brewing, malting and distilling. We at KASPAR SCHULZ offer customer-oriented solutions tailor-made and adapted to individual requirements. We are of course delighted that our whiskey brewhouse is part of the Mine D'or Distillerie success story. If you are ever in the vicinity of Rennes or Nantes, just visit the distillery. It is definitely worth it. That's it for today. Thank you for watching. All those who want to know more about whiskey, check out our review about the SCHULZ Brewers Still, or listen to our podcast with the St. KILIAN's distillers from Lower Franconia. You can find the links below in the video description. Also, you can check out many more exciting topics on our blog SCHULZ INSIGHT. If you liked the episode, feel free to leave a like, subscribe to our channel or write us in the comments and follow us on social media. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye bye.